striking back at a New York Times expose that describes Amazon as a kind of a high-paid sweatshop. Amazon's founder saying, quote, "The article doesn't describe the Amazon I know or the caring Amazonians I work with every day." Who knew Amazonians was the word you use? "I strongly believe that anyone working in a company that really is like the one described at Times would be crazy to stay. I know I'd leave such a company." Here now, Bruce Turkel from Turkel Brands and Jack Howe from Barron's. Good to see you both. So, Bruce, yes, it's hard. I've worked at very hard companies, and that's what exceptionalism is. When you work for an exceptional firm that demands exceptionalism from employees, you're going to be treated like crap, you know, and that's, surprise, surprise, that's what happens at Amazon.
David, I grew up in the advertising business, and they said if you don't come in on Saturday, don't bother coming in on Sunday. Maybe that's why Amazon is experimenting with drones. Because they work and they don't complain.
But, Jack, my sense when I read the New York Times article is that they are indignant because of these hardworking, young, highly paid workers aren't working like Europeans, the way the New York Times thinks everybody should work, you know, where you take a couple hours for lunch and you have your massage break at 3 in the afternoon, etc.
I'm normally not the least bit sympathetic about people who tell me how hard their job is. I remind them that's why they pay you for it.
Exactly.
It's work. It's not fun. You know, but in this case, if half of this story is true, there really do seem to be some things that are over the top here, you know, punishing people for health care problems that are outside of their control, new mothers, this sort of thing. This might be an awakening moment for Amazon. You know, Bezos might not realize that there's this view of his company out there among workers. It might make it tougher for them to hire.
And he actually, in his letter, he said, look, if anybody has any complaints, email me directly and we'll take it to HR or whatever. But Bruce, the fact is that these guys are millionaires. A lot of these people who are working, plus, if they ever want to leave Amazon, they're not slaves. They can leave anytime they want. If you have Amazon on your resume, you're golden.
I think people actually work there specifically to put it on their resume. Yeah. And look further. Seattle is booming. Amazon is not a Silicon Valley company. It's a Seattle company. People are moving there to do that. So you wonder about the incongruity of the statement.
By the way, we should mention Jeff Bezos, about 2 years ago, bought the Washington Post. Big competitor of the New York Times. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
I'm not a conspiracy theory guy, but yes, there is that.
Yeah. But again, the fact is, Jack, if you work for Amazon, you can write your ticket for any company. So shouldn't you be forced to work your butt off in order to get your cred, your street cred?
I think they will have a workforce that skews very young and very high turnover. And once people want to start families, they'll go somewhere else where it's not as tough. And look, this experiment of Amazon's is still ongoing. Let's remember, this is a successful company in terms of sales, not yet nearly as profitable as a company like Walmart. When the day comes that they're turning out those kind of profits, then we'll say
right
that this
from the beginning, by the way,
successful.
Bezos has said, I hate bureaucracies. I can't stand bureaucracies. My company is not going to have any lazy people. So right from the beginning, he's been pretty honest about the kind of company he wants to build. Guys, thank you very much. Good stuff.